On March 4th, 2025, a man pulled into my bay in a spotless Highlander and told me, almost proudly, that he only ever fed it the good stuff. Premium, 93 octane, every single fill-up for 6 years. He wasn't there with a problem. He was there for peace of mind. He wanted me to look it over and confirm that all that premium had been protecting his engine, keeping it clean, keeping it strong. He'd spent thousands doing what he believed was the responsible thing. Today, I'm going to show you why moments like that one make me quietly heartbroken. Because that man had been handing money away every week for 6 years and getting absolutely nothing back for it. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why, how to tell if you're doing the same thing, and the handful of Toyotas where the opposite is actually true. I've been turning wrenches for over 2 decades, and I can tell you this is one of the most expensive myths I see walk through the door. Not a blown head gasket. Not a shredded transmission. Something far quieter and far more common. The belief that premium gas is somehow better for your Toyota. That it's the loving choice. That regular is the cheap option, and premium is the smart one. It feels true. It sounds true. The pump practically whispers it to you every time you stand there deciding. But for the vast majority of Toyotas on the road, it is simply, provably false. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people never hear, and the fuel industry is in no hurry to correct it. The number on the pump does not measure quality. It does not measure power. It does not measure cleanliness. Octane is nothing more than a fuel's resistance to detonating under pressure. That's it. When engineers talk about knock or ping, they're talking about fuel igniting on its own before the spark plug tells it to, from heat and compression alone. A higher octane number simply means the fuel can take more squeeze before it lights off early. Regular sits around 87. Premium sits around 91 to 94. That is the entire difference. Not better, not richer, not cleaner, just harder to ignite under pressure. Now here's why that matters for your Highlander, your Camry, your RAV4, your Corolla, your Tacoma, your Prius. Every one of those engines was designed, calibrated, and certified by Toyota to run on 87 octane. The compression ratio, the ignition timing, the fuel maps burned into the computer, all of it is built around regular gas. When you pour premium into an engine tuned for regular, the engine does not suddenly find extra power hiding in the fuel. It cannot. The higher knock resistance you paid for goes completely unused because the engine was never asking for it in the first place. You bought insurance against a problem your engine doesn't have. Think of it like this. Octane is a fireproof rating, like the temperature a material can withstand before it catches. If your engine only ever gets warm, buying a fuel rated to survive a bonfire does nothing. You've paid for protection against heat that never arrives. The fireproofing just sits there, unused, while the receipt gets longer. And this isn't just my shop floor opinion. The American Automobile Association ran one of the most thorough studies on this, testing engine after engine, and the conclusion was blunt. In vehicles designed for regular premium gasoline produced no additional horsepower, no better fuel economy, and no reduction in emissions. None. AAA went further and estimated that American drivers waste around $2 billion every year pumping premium into cars that gain nothing from it. $2 billion lit on fire at the pump, one well-meaning fill-up at a time. So let's talk about what that mistake actually costs you, because this is where it stops being abstract. Right now, the national average price gap between premium and regular sites at roughly 90 cents a gallon. Not the dime it was 20 years ago, 90 cents. And in plenty of places it's over $1. Now picture a typical Highlander or RAV4 or Tacoma owner. You're driving maybe 13 to 15,000 miles a year. You're burning somewhere north of 600 gallons of fuel annually. Multiply that by 90 cents of pure wasted premium, and you land right around $600 a year. $600 for zero benefit. Do that for 6 years, like my Highlander owner, and you've handed over the price of a very nice vacation to feel good about a decision that changed nothing under the hood. And here is the part that really gets me. He had been told, somewhere along the way, that premium burns cleaner, that the expensive stuff keeps the injectors and valves spotless. This is probably the single most effective piece of marketing the fuel world ever pulled off, and it is built on a genuine confusion that I want to clear up right now, because understanding it will save you money for the rest of your life. The cleaning power in gasoline has nothing to do with octane. Nothing. What actually keeps your engine clean is the detergent additive package blended into the fuel. And back in 2004, the automakers, including Toyota, got tired of weak minimum standards and created a benchmark called Top Tier. Top Tier fuel carries 2 to 3 times the detergent the government requires, and it genuinely does keep engines cleaner. Studies have shown dramatically fewer deposits on intake valves with it. That part is real. But here is the sleight of hand. At a top-tier station, that same high detergent level is in every single grade. The 87 regular has the exact same cleaning package as the 93 premium sitting right next to it. So when someone buys premium believing it is scrubbing their engine cleaner than regular, they have got it backwards. If you care about a clean engine, and you should, the answer is not premium. The answer is buying top-tier regular from a reputable station. You get all of the cleaning at the regular price, and you keep the 90 cents a gallon in your pocket. The octane and the detergents are two completely separate things that got quietly welded together in the public mind, and that confusion has funded a lot of premium sales. Now, I promised you honesty, and honesty cuts both ways. So let me be very clear about something, because I don't want you walking away with the wrong lesson. Putting premium in a Toyota built for regular does not hurt your engine. It won't damage anything. It won't foul anything. It won't shorten the life of a single part. The only thing it damages is your bank account. This isn't a warning about harm, it's a warning about waste. There's a difference, and the difference matters, because I've watched people get scared into and out of fuel choices by folks who don't understand the machine. Premium in a regular engine is harmless. It's just pointless. And there's a flip side to that coin that's just as important. There are Toyotas, real ones, where premium isn't a waste at all, where it's exactly what the engine wants, and I would never tell you to shortchange them. If you drive a GR Supra, a GR Corolla, or a GR 86, those are performance engines built around high octane. And the owner's manual asks for premium for a reason. The GR Corolla in particular needs it to make its rated power. Feed those cars regular, and you're leaving performance on the table, and in a hard-driven turbo engine, you don't want to be flirting with knock. The newer Land Cruiser is an interesting one too. Toyota's own engineers have confirmed it will run safely on regular, but the fuel door and manual call for premium, because that's how it hits its full horsepower, torque, and mileage numbers. Certain turbocharged Tundra trims and the Lexus GX are in that same camp. So the real rule isn't premium is always bad. The real rule is that your engine already told you exactly what it wants, and it's not a secret. It's printed inside your fuel door and spelled out in your owner's manual. If it says premium required, use premium. If it says premium recommended, you've got a genuine choice about whether the extra performance is worth the cost to you. But if it says regular or unleaded 87, which is what the overwhelming majority of Toyotas say, then premium is doing nothing but draining your wallet, and no amount of good intentions changes that. This is the uncomfortable part for an industry built around getting you to spend more. Nobody makes money telling you to buy the cheap gas. The station makes more margin on premium. The marketing leans on words like premium and supreme and ultimate that are engineered to make regular feel like you're cutting corners on a car you love. And most shops and dealers won't correct the myth for you, not because they're villains, but because it's your fuel choice. It's not on their invoice, and it's simply not the conversation they're in the business of having. So, the belief just quietly persists, tank after tank, year after year, costing millions of good owners real money for a benefit that was never there. But you're not going to be one of them anymore because now you understand the machine. You understand that octane is knock resistance and nothing more. You understand that your engine can only use the octane it was designed around, and pouring in more is like buying a fireproof rating for a fire that never comes. You understand that cleaning comes from detergents, not from the grade, and that top-tier regular gives you the same clean burn at the everyday price. And you understand the honest exceptions, the handful of Toyotas where premium earns its keep. Here's what I'd do if I were you. Go out to your car today, open the fuel door, and read what it actually says. Not what you assumed, not what a friend told you, not what the pump implied. Read the number your engine was built for. If it says 87, fill up with 87 from a top-tier station and drive with total confidence because you're giving your Toyota precisely what it was engineered to want, and you're keeping $600 a year that used to disappear for nothing. Your engine will run exactly as strong, exactly as clean, and exactly as long as it would have on premium, because to that engine, they were never really different in the first place. That man in the Highlander stood in my shop genuinely surprised, a little frustrated at the years of receipts, but mostly relieved. Relieved because he finally understood that he'd never been hurting his car. He'd just been paying a tax he never owed, and the moment he understood why, that tax was gone for good. So the next time you're standing at the pump, hand hovering over that shiny premium button, don't reach for it out of guilt or habit or the feeling that your car deserves better. Reach for what your engine actually asked for. That's not being cheap, that's being informed. And an informed owner is the one thing the whole system is quietly hoping you never become. If this changed how you think about that button at the pump, hit like, so more Toyota owners stop paying a tax they never owed. Subscribe if you want weekly breakdowns that put the knowledge and the money back in your hands instead of someone else's. And if you've been running premium in a Toyota built for regular, drop it in the comments and tell me how long, because I guarantee you're not alone, and your story might be the one that saves the next person hundreds of dollars a year.